What's up, guys, and welcome back to the journey. My name is Roger, and I am really excited to bring you guys this video. Best Pokemon cards from $30 to $50. This is a really exciting price point, and I've got some good ones that I think you guys are really going to like. And if you haven't seen my first video I did, it got a great response. Best Pokemon cards for under $20. Go check that out. I'll put that in the eye above as well as at the end of this video. And I'm actually going to be adding one more card at the end of this video for under $20, so make sure you stick around. And I'm going to be shooting a best cards from $60 to $100, and that's where we get into the big boy cards. So I'm really excited to shoot that video. But you guys, let's get right into this. But first, if you could hit that like button and consider subscribing if you like this video. A little over half my viewers are unsubscribed, so I'd love for you guys to join this journey. So make sure you hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a like on this video if you like it. But let's get to our first card. It is a banger in my opinion. It is Mew EX from Legendary Treasure, the Radiant Collection. This is a gorgeous card. As you guys can see, I'm currently on a mission to get a couple copies myself, and all these cards that I'm going to mention in this video, I would not recommend unless I was getting several copies myself. So Mew EX, this is somewhat of an unknown set or undiscovered set by the masses, I would say. It's from the black and white era, so I think a lot of modern collectors, they kind of know X and Y and beyond that, Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield. So black and white was previous to that, so there's a huge undiscovered kind of potential that I think there is in that era. So Mew EX. Mew is a fan favorite Pokemon, of course. There's plenty of Mew collectors out there, and this card has a fairly low PSA population. And when I talk about all these cards, by the way, the key thing here is when you're looking to get cards like this, condition is absolutely critical. You want to get cards that are in the best condition as you possibly can for the money that you have to spend on the cards. And you know, if you have to spend an extra 20, 30, 50 bucks to get one that is truly mint, that is going to pay off in the long run, especially if you're going to get these cards graded. So yeah, this Mew EX, I just love it. Mew has some of the best artwork throughout the entire Pokemon TCG. And yeah, like I said, I'm definitely getting a couple copies. I can see this being worth much more in the next few years, and definitely in the future, especially if you can get one, you know, graded high. I would really recommend this card to you guys, and you can get these for around $40 to $50 right now. So let's move on to the next ones. Next up, we are going with the ones that are getting a lot of buzz right now, Shining Legends. And the ones that I would recommend in this price point are Shining Jirachi, Shining Arceus or Arceus, whatever you want to say, and Shining Mew. You might be able to find Shining Mew in this price range. There's also a Shining Volcanion and Genesect at a little bit cheaper, but I would definitely recommend these three. The Rayquaza is probably a little bit out of this price point, but Rayquaza is the best of that bunch. But these cards, they are more common, of course. The PSA population is pretty high, but they are, no doubt, they're gorgeous modern cards. And for people who aren't into collecting yet, who are going to be collecting in the future, you know, they're going to want to get their hands on these cards, I think, because they're just so unique. They're shining Pokemon, which they always are going to have a lot of demand for those. So these are, I actually just ordered a Jirachi myself. I have an Arceus, and definitely want to get a couple Mew, because that might be my favorite of all of them. But yeah, I really think these have some good potential to continue to rise. Like I said, these do have quite a lot of buzz around them within the last year or so. So, you know, a lot of people really love these cards, and for good reason. I really do like the future potential in the long run, these to really go up in value. So be on the lookout for these cards. Now I want to move on to the next ones. And this is kind of opening up a can of worms, and I want to talk about Wizards of the Coast era cards, but I want to take it in a little bit of a different direction than some other people you might have seen talk about videos like this. I want to talk about Japanese cards, and there's a couple reasons. And I know some people, maybe a lot of people, they see Japanese cards and they just automatically disregard them. But I'm a big believer in Japanese cards, and there's a few reasons why. You might be surprised when you compare the PSA 10 sales of Japanese cards versus unlimited English cards. Of course, first edition cards are going to always be a higher value, but unlimited versus Japanese, the PSA 10 examples of these are very, very close from Japanese to English unlimited. And sometimes they're the same. Sometimes I've seen sales of Japanese sell for more. Also, another great thing about Japanese cards, not only are they generally cheaper, but they grade much easier. And that's because the Japanese cards are much better quality, like I've talked about in a couple other of my videos. So right out of the pack, if you find pack fresh cards on eBay or Mercari, there is a much better chance that Japanese cards are going to be PSA potential compared to English. I know this from personal experience. I've opened probably 15 Japanese packs myself, vintage Japanese packs, and almost all of them, I think there might have been one, maybe two hollows that had any whitening or really any flaws, print lines, or anything. The only thing you have to worry about usually is the centering of the cards. On the other hand, I've opened several Wizards of the Coast English packs, and I think there's only been one that was truly gem mint right out of the pack. So I would really take that into consideration. Don't disregard Japanese Pokemon cards. And a couple that I would really look into at this price point are the Japanese base set Pikachu and the Jungle Pikachu for non-hollows. These have a huge return if you get them graded a PSA 10. You can find these cards for the $30, definitely under $50. You might even be able to find them in the 20s for those two cards. I actually just ordered a couple of these myself a couple months ago for about $25 to $30, and I got them. I expect them to get a PSA 10. I had sent them in to get graded, so I can't wait to get those back. But I got them for pretty cheap, and if they do get PSA 10s, they'll be worth definitely over $300, close to $400, somewhere around there. So they are definitely ones to look out for, as well as I would say the base set starter Pokemon, Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle in their evolved forms. You can find those also in this price range for really minty versions. A couple hollows, and really when you look at the hollows for this price range, you can definitely find a lot of Japanese hollows. I just got this Erica's Venusaur and this Blaine's Moltres, which are really minty, and I'm going to get them graded. I got them both for like $30 a piece, so you know, you can definitely find really great deals. I've seen base set Japanese cards, hollows, for under $50. There was just a Nidoking I was looking at, I'm considering to buy, that is really minty. They listed as pack fresh for like $30. So there's some really great returns if you can get some that are minty. And again, cannot stress that enough. It is all about condition of the cards. Ask questions, ask for more pictures from the seller of the cards so you make sure you know what you're getting. So you can get them graded and get a nice return on the cards. That's my recommendations from $30 to $50. There's so many more out there, and I would love to hear what your guys' list. If you agree, if you disagree with me, I would love to hear your feedback. I accept all that. I want to give one more recommendation for under $20. I'm really looking into for myself. I'm picking up as many of these as I possibly can. They are the Evolutions Chansey cards, and I'll tell you why. Believe it or not, there have been well over 100 graded from Evolutions, the hollows, and there are 0 PSA 10s. There are over 100 PSA 9s, if you can believe that. So I'm trying to find as many as I possibly can that have PSA 10 potential, and I'm getting them for like $8 a piece. I got this one for $5, and it looks really minty. I don't know if it would get a 10 because there's just one minor flaw. So I'm getting several of these and trying to find one that will grade a 10, because if that ratio holds up to over 100 PSA 9s to 1 PSA 10, You know, in 10 years when Evolutions is nowhere to be found and there's, you know, maybe 1,000 PSA 9 graded examples and there's only 10 PSA 10s, that's going to give you a pretty good return. But yeah, that's another one I wanted to throw in there for you guys. But thank you guys again so much for watching. I really appreciate all the love and all the support you guys show this channel, and I've got a lot more stuff on the way. Like I said, I'm going to be shooting a best cards from 60 to 100, and there's some really exciting cards in that list, so I can't wait to share those with you guys. But make sure again you hit that like button and leave a comment for me. I would love to read that and respond to you guys. But thank you guys so much. Have an awesome day, and remember, we're all on this journey together.